My name is Emily Kirk and I was diagnosed on the 1st of December 2023 with a brain tumour. And that's all we knew kind of at that phase on that first day, and then kind of things went into fast mode and I got the tumour removed on the 7th of December, and obviously that was a big ordeal. I was only 2 months postpartum, so that was kind of the biggest shock for me, and organising the surgery and preparing for the surgery, understanding what was to come, trying not to panic. The tumour was removed, and then we go into recovery and we wait for the results to come back. And I think that was the hardest part of the experience. We got the results back on the 23rd of December. It's kind of easy to remember because those dates just really stick in your mind, and it's so lineal, being diagnosed on the 1st of the month. And that's when I had my meeting with Dr. Back on the 23rd with the results of my tumour. And to be honest, that was an amazing day. It was, even though it was worse than I expected, from the scans, we were predicting a grade 2, grade 1. The result was a grade 3. The meeting with Dr. Back was incredible, and that kind of gave me peace of mind and relaxed me. I was fortunate enough to have a good DNA result in that I have IDH1 mutation, and the way Dr. Back was speaking to me was so calming. He had his hands behind his back like this, and it went from this like chaos and uncertainty to, okay, now I'm like landed in this safety net. And from then on, I think like things have been really understanding my diagnosis, understanding what's going to happen, but I very much felt protected since then, and I've gone through my treatment of radiation and chemo, and now I'm 10 months on and life is kind of back to normal, much sooner than I expected. That's where I am. I think the first hardest part of kind of my a mental challenge really was why now? Why me is something I kind of got over quite quickly, because I understand that we all have difficulties and challenges in life. But my 30s were this time where I was, so into my family. I had 2 young daughters. I had a 1-year-old and a newborn at the time. And I was like, why now? Now is the time that's not meant to be. The focus isn't on me, the focus is on my children and my husband, and we're a young family and we're so happy. My other main focus was my career, and all my other peers are into these 2 standpoints in life. And your 30s are meant to be this huge kind of growth period, where you're really meant to become a real adult, really. And so I just felt it was so inconvenient, and that was the unfair part of it. And when I looked out for other experiences, I found it difficult to connect with others who might have been going through cancer, just because I thought of it as an older illness, an older disease, and I was seeing a lot of stories, but it was all very much in an older demographic. So I just felt like it's not my time to be sick, The physical challenges were okay. I found that because I have young kids, I just really didn't have time to worry about it. I had no idea that I was part of the brain cancer group until I met Dr. Back. And I was like, oh, how did I become so lucky to be part of this team? And that was my first interaction with him, yeah. And then Dr. Helen is my other oncologist, and she's also incredible. And of course, Marina is just like, yeah, kind of circulates that whole group. It's incredible. Having Marina on standby has been so important because I can text her and I can call her and she can calm me down. But I have someone who I can trust and who knows my situation. Otherwise, I would go into a panic, and it's really hard because I have 2 young kids, so I would be constantly going back and forth to the GP, feeling like that feeling of it's happening all over again would come back, whereas Marina responds within 30 minutes. So I don't know where I would be without that support. Yeah, there was the month of May where there was all of the awareness and all of the talks happening, hosted by the Brain Cancer Group and the BTAA. I found those incredibly helpful. I was in a perfect mindset to understand. And the information online is outdated. So if I was to Google my diagnosis, Google would give me a really morbid result. Whereas going to these meetings gives you fresh information, as well as meeting with Dr. Back and Dr. Helen. They can give you updated information. But the talks give you that information while also interacting with other people who have gone through the same experience and being in the room with people with that same experience. And I've looked into what they're doing and the research that they're doing and the information that they're collecting. And it actually gives me so much confidence in what they're doing. In all honesty, I think the perspective that the diagnosis has given me is incredible. I don't know what the future holds, and my doctors can't tell me what the future will hold for me. But I approach each day with a really great understanding of not letting the small things bother me. And I really enjoy my time, and it's not morbid, and it's really happy. And I'm very selective with my energy and my time and my family and my friends. And I'm really in control of my life, I feel, because I have to be. So I just like to live each day as it comes and really focus on my family and my kids and my husband and my friends and enjoy it. I think it was a blessing that I was part of this team, and I feel so lucky to be involved in the Brain Cancer Group, and I have so much faith in the team. So I'm really excited to see what's to come for my journey, but also the journey of other patients, and I follow along all the time. So I'm excited for what's to come. That's all.